In recent years, West Africa has seen a wave of political upheavals and shifting alliances. Among these developments is the formation of the Confederation of Sahel States by Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, who have taken bold steps by quitting ECOWAS and closing French military bases within their borders. However, Guinea, under the leadership of its military president Mamady Doumbouya, remains notably absent from this new alliance. The reasons behind Doumbouya's reluctance to join the Sahel Confederation are multifaceted and deeply rooted in his unique personal and political circumstances. Mamady Doumbouya, who came to power in a military coup in September 2021, has a complex background that significantly influences his political decisions. A former French legionnaire, Doumbouya served in the French Foreign Legion for 5 years. This experience forged strong bonds with French soldiers as they trained, ate, and lived together. The French Foreign Legion is known for its deep sense of camaraderie and loyalty, which includes signing agreements that restrict actions against France. This background provides a critical context for understanding Doumbouya's hesitation to align with the anti-French stance of the Sahel Confederation. Adding to this, Doumbouya's personal life is intricately tied to France. He is married to Lauriane Doumbouya, an active member of the French National Gendarmerie. Lauriane has served at the Élysée Palace, the official residence of the French president, embedding her deeply within the French security structure. This connection extends beyond mere professional ties. It is a personal relationship that further complicates Doumbouya's position regarding the Sahel Confederation's anti-French policies. Doumbouya's economic considerations also play a significant role in his cautious approach. Under the regime of former President Alpha Condé, who Doumbouya overthrew, there were significant human rights violations that caught the attention of the European Union. Doumbouya is among 25 Guinean officials the EU has threatened to sanction for alleged human rights abuses committed under Condé's rule. The looming threat of sanctions and potential prosecution limits how far Doumbouya can push against France and other European countries, forcing him to navigate a complex web of international pressures and contradictions. This intricate web of loyalties, potential legal repercussions, and strategic interests shapes Doumbouya's reluctance to join the Sahel Confederation. His speech at the last United Nations meeting in New York revealed the immense pressure he faces from European nations, which preach democratic principles and anti-corruption efforts, but also pressure him to take actions that promote their own national interests. This contradiction is a significant factor in Doumbouya's political stance. Another layer to this story is Doumbouya's personal relationships with fellow military leaders in the region. Despite shared experiences as coup leaders, Doumbouya's relationship with Captain Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso is far from cozy. The tension stems from Doumbouya's ties to Traoré's predecessor, Paul-Henri Sandaogo Damiba. Damiba and Doumbouya were friends and classmates at the École de Guerre in Paris. When Traoré orchestrated the coup that removed Damiba from power, it is understandable that Doumbouya might have taken it personally. This personal hurt could influence Doumbouya's national interests, making it challenging for Guinea to align with the Sahel Confederation. Strategically, the motivations behind the coups in Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger differ from Doumbouya's coup in Guinea. While the former were driven primarily by security concerns and the fight against jihadist groups, Doumbouya's coup focused on addressing issues of governance, corruption, election malpractices, and economic mismanagement. This difference in motivations makes it strategically challenging for Guinea to align itself with the Sahel Confederation. Moreover, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, being landlocked and largely covered by the Sahara Desert, need Guinea more than Guinea needs them. Guinea's access to the Atlantic coastline is a valuable asset that these countries would benefit from, but Doumbouya must consider Guinea's national interests first. Domestically, Doumbouya faces a complex political landscape. He needs to consolidate his power and manage internal dissent, which requires his full attention. Joining a regional confederation could be perceived as a distraction from pressing domestic issues. Doumbouya's focus has been on stabilizing the country, implementing reforms, and addressing socio-economic challenges. The potential distraction of aligning with the Sahel Confederation could undermine these efforts. The issue of national sovereignty is another significant factor. Guinea has a strong tradition of maintaining its autonomy, dating back to its bold decision to opt for immediate independence from France, rejecting the Franco-African community proposed by Charles de Gaulle. Doumbouya has emphasized the importance of preserving Guinea's sovereignty and the right to self-determination. He is wary of ceding any degree of control to a regional body that might infringe upon Guinea's ability to make independent decisions. This sentiment is deeply rooted in a historical context where Guinea has fiercely guarded its autonomy. As viewers delve deeper into the intricate political landscape of West Africa, it's essential to stay informed and engaged. If you find this analysis insightful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more detailed explorations of political developments and their broader implications. Doumbouya's economic strategy also sets Guinea apart from its Sahelian neighbors. While the Sahel region faces severe economic challenges, including food insecurity and poverty, Guinea, with its rich mineral resources, particularly bauxite and gold, has different economic dynamics. Doumbouya argues that joining the Sahel Confederation might require Guinea to divert resources and attention from its own developmental priorities. Instead, he advocates for focusing on national economic development, leveraging Guinea's natural resources to build a robust and self-sustaining economy. In this context, Guinea's existing regional alliances and strategic interests come into play. Guinea is a member of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, and has established relationships with countries both within and outside the region. Doumbouya believes that these existing alliances are sufficient for addressing Guinea's regional and international interests. Furthermore, he has expressed concerns that joining the Sahel Confederation might complicate Guinea's foreign relations, especially with countries that have vested interests in the region. Maintaining a balanced and independent foreign policy is a key objective for Doumbouya's administration. Guinea's historical context provides further insight into Doumbouya's stance. Since gaining independence from France in 1958, Guinea has navigated a complex political landscape marked by coups and authoritarian regimes. President Doumbouya, who came to power in a military coup in September 2021, has since promised to steer the country toward stability and prosperity. His approach is influenced by the desire to maintain Guinea's sovereignty and avoid external influences that could undermine his leadership. The security situation in the Sahel region is another critical factor in Doumbouya's decision. The Sahel is home to numerous extremist groups, including Boko Haram, Al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb, AQIM, and the Islamic State in the Greater Sahara, ISGS. These groups have carried out numerous attacks, destabilizing the region and creating a humanitarian crisis. Doumbouya has expressed concerns that joining the Sahel Confederation could expose Guinea to similar security threats. He argues that Guinea, while facing its own security challenges, has managed to avoid the level of extremism seen in its Sahelian neighbors. Integrating into a confederation with countries heavily impacted by terrorism could, in his view, jeopardize Guinea's relative stability. Navigating these complex dynamics requires a delicate balance. Doumbouya's reluctance to join the Sahel Confederation is not just about avoiding alignment with anti-French policies. It's about ensuring that Guinea's national interests are prioritized. This includes maintaining economic stability, safeguarding sovereignty, and managing internal political dynamics. As the situation in West Africa continues to evolve, Doumbouya's decisions will remain a critical point of interest. His approach highlights the intricate interplay of personal history, international pressures, strategic interests, and national priorities that shape political decisions in the region. By focusing on national development and maintaining strategic independence, Doumbouya aims to steer Guinea towards a stable and prosperous future. The broader implications of Doumbouya's stance extend beyond Guinea. The formation of the Sahel Confederation and Guinea's absence from it reflect the diverse and often conflicting interests within West Africa. These dynamics underscore the challenges of regional cooperation in a context marked by historical legacies, economic disparities, and security threats. In conclusion, President Mamady Doumbouya's reluctance to join the Sahel Confederation is driven by a combination of security concerns, a commitment to sovereignty and autonomy, economic considerations, regional alliances, and the domestic political landscape. While the idea of regional cooperation in the Sahel holds potential benefits, Doumbouya believes that Guinea's unique circumstances and priorities necessitate a different approach. As Guinea navigates its path under Doumbouya's leadership, the country's stance on regional alliances will continue to be influenced by these complex dynamics. Only time will tell how this situation will evolve, but it remains a critical point of interest in West African geopolitics. Thank you for joining us in this deep dive into West African politics. Your engagement is crucial for us to continue providing detailed analyses. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated on the latest developments and insights.